Welcome back to my writer's room, everyone, and welcome to the book release day vlog. Not even just the book release day vlog. This is the rare series finale book release day vlog. This is a rare day, folks. This is like a day on Twitter without shitposting. This is like rain on your wedding day. It's like a free ride when you're already late. Isn't it ironic? Who was a teenager in the 90s? This guy. No, no idea what I'm saying. I'm very excited. I'm very emotional. I am a swirling cocktail of emotions. I'm like when they put cotton candy in a martini and it swirls and dissolves into this pink fizzy mess. Inside, I am a pink fizzy mess of emotion, like alcohol introduced to cotton candy. That's the way I feel right now. Because seriously, it is. It is not only do I have a new book out today, which is always a cause to celebrate, man. In this world, in this industry, you write a book, you actually manage to sell a book, you actually manage to see a book published. Always a cause for celebration. But it is also, today is the release of the 7th and final book in my long-running Sin du Jour series of novellas, of shorter books. In case the 7th thing freaks you out, it freaks a lot of people out. They're shorter books, but they're still books. And having to explain that is a large reason why they haven't sold as well as we'd want them to. But I'm ignoring that today because I'm excited, again, swirling, fizzy, pink cocktail of emotion inside. Because, yeah, I am wrapping up the story I've been telling since, like, 2014, I think is when I first started it. So it is exciting, and it's an exciting day. Be excited with me. Take the ride. Buy the ticket, take the ride, as Bill Hicks once said. It is April 10th, 2018. It's Tuesday, and as we've already said, it is book release day. You got Hamshackle Pig, the official mascot of my vlog, with 2 copies of Taste of Wrath, my final Sin du Jour book that is out today, available at fine online retailers everywhere and indie bookstores, digital first model. We're doing what we can. But Hamshackle Pig with 2 copies, like 2 .45 caliber pistols in a John Woo movie, and he is leaping over the hurdle of publishing, the literal hurdle of publishing. That's what I've drawn there. With Taste of Wrath, my final book to symbolize freedom and achievement and triumph and all that good jazz. But yeah, welcome again to book release day, and all praise be Hamshackle, and of course, Team Hamshackle. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I hope you caught the tribute at the beginning of the video, which I haven't shot yet, but I have it in mind. So hopefully it'll be there when this goes live. I meant every word. You folks are the ones who got me there. You're the folks that get me there every time I shoot one of these vlogs. Every time I sit down to write a book, it's knowing that you're out there, you're going to be reading it, and that you're going to give a tinker's damn that keeps me going. And I thank you for that, sincerely. So yeah, man, this is it. All roads end here. This is the, again, 7th and final book in my Sin du Jour series. It wraps up everything as well as it's ever going to be wrapped up, because this is it, folks. This is the last yarn that I will be spinning in the series, at least for the very conceivable future. And we'll get to more on that later. But yeah, if, like I said, if you're someone out there who actually gives a tinker's damn, if you're one of the select group of people who've taken this ride with me, and Tor.com publishing over the last few years, and have read these books and really enjoyed them and really gotten to know and love the characters and just are burning to know what happens. This is where you find out, man. That's how thick that bad boy is right there. It's still a novella, still under 50,000 words, but this is definitely the longest of the Sin du Jour books. I wanted that epic, like, 2-part season finale of a TV show feel to the end of the series. That's what I was going for. Shout out to my editor, Lee Harris, who helped me get there. First draft, it was not as epic as I wanted it to be. He pushed me to make it bigger and fuller and better, which we did. And I'm so happy that happened, because this ended up being the finale that I wanted it to be. And there's nothing more gratifying than that. It's my first time wrapping up a long-running series of any kind, really, any kind of long-running story like this, at least a story that's gone this long. It's something I aspire to do one day on television, but this will always be my first. This will always be my first epic finale, and I'm really just grateful and happy about that. I also want to send a special shout-out to all you binge readers out there. You know who you are. You're the folks who wait until the last book of a series comes out so you can read everything at once. It's a noble aspiration to you. I understand that. And I understand that culturally, that's become the flashpoint thing to do when consuming media. I understand it. It hurts authors like me. It really does. I'm not resentful, you know. You do what you do, man. I've always said this. I've always encouraged everyone, consume media in the way that you see fit, in the format and the medium that you are most comfortable with. I'm just grateful that you read it all. That is true. That being said, the binge reading thing hurts a little bit. When you wait until all the books come out, you're risking contributing to the rest of the books not coming out, because sales as we go along really matter. Fortunately, Tor.com, publishing, Irene Gallo, my editor Lee Harris, everybody there was so behind the series. We did get to do the whole thing, and I'm very gratified by that. I would like to justify their faith in me in this series by showing them some big binge reading numbers. So I want everybody out there, and I've heard this from many people, I've seen this on booktuber vlogs. If you were waiting to binge read the series, this is it, man. This is the day. Go forth and consume. If you go back to the beginning of the video, you'll see I laid all the books out in the order in which they are supposed to be read, from 1 to 7, finishing with the Taste of Wrath. So my special book day release, finale book day release message to binge readers everywhere is, now's the time to cash the check. Like, I'm calling in the marker. You said you were going to do it. You said you were waiting to do it. I want to see you go out there and do it. I want to see all of the books getting a huge pump from the binge reading sector out there. And if you do that for me, then all is forgiven, and you don't have to worry about anything. If you follow through, we're totally cool, and I appreciate you, and I really hope you'll do that. But I really hope, if that is a thing that you said you were waiting to do, that you go out and do it. That's just me. That's just where I'm from, how I was raised, and I hope you follow through on that. Thank you very much for your kind attention and that special message to binge readers out there. So I've got to run through my final thank yous. I've got to run through my final, oration of gratitude to the folks who helped make the series what it is and got me this far. I hope you'll bear with me, and just they deserve this. I already mentioned him, but of course, associate publisher of Tor.com, Irene Gallo, who runs the show. Tremendous faith in me in this series. Just a tremendous woman. Made the covers, all of the covers of the Sin du Jour books, which are amazing. She helped make what they are because, she's also, in addition to being one of the best publishers in the business, she's one of the best art directors in the business. And I can't say enough good things about Irene as a person and as a professional. My editor, Lee Harris, tireless champion of this series, godfather of this series, would not exist without him. Lee is who I pitched this concept to. He's who took it to the table at Tor.com Publishing and said, I like the kid, let's give him a chance. All through this thing, he took the attitude of, this thing is good, it deserves time to grow, and we're going to give it the time to grow, which is the rarest attitude to find in publishing. It's the attitude we need so much the most of, and it's the rarest thing to find, and Lee gave me that, and it's the greatest gift any publishing professional, any publisher editor can give to an author, is to show them that kind of faith and give them that kind of time. So in addition to just his mad editing skills and just making each book better than it would have been otherwise, I just want to thank Lee for that, for believing in me, and for making sure that we got to tell the whole story that we wanted to tell, and all of that. Lee, I appreciate the hell out of you. One of the most stylish men in publishing as well. I'm thinking, when I think of Lee, I was actually Lee's date to the Hugo Awards a couple of years ago, which was very nice of him. He took me as his date to the Hugo Awards, and he was dressed to the nine in the red shoes and the red tie and the tux, and just looking fabulous. And if he'd asked, I would have put out that night. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I have a staunch, unbroken record of heterosexuality, but I think I would have given it up that night if Lee really felt strongly about it. But he's not that kind of guy, so I appreciate that. The whole crew at Tor.com Publishing, Carl Engel-Laird, Mordecai Node, and Catherine Duckett in the marketing department, making it happen. My line editors, my copy editors, Shecky, the notorious Shecky out there, who I recommend for all your copy editing needs. Leanna Kristoff, who helped early on with the books. And I'm terrified I'm going to forget people. I'm actually going to grab this in reference real quick, because now that I'm doing thank yous, I'm terrified I'm going to leave somebody out. And I don't want to do that. Carl Engler, got him. Oh, Peter Lutchen, of course, cover designer, and also Christine Folzer, who's a huge help with the series behind the scenes. And I didn't know that for a long time, Christine, so I apologize. If for the first couple of years, you were like, why when he thanks people doesn't this asshole mention me? It's because I wasn't aware of how much you were doing for the series. Thank you to everyone at Tor.com. Thank you to my agent, Don One Song. I can't say enough good things about him. Every day, I am glad that I signed with Dong One as my agent. He's made my career and my life infinitely better. He is a constant friend, counselor, business manager, just everything, all in one stylish package. Love you, Dong One. Love you, brother. Thank you for everything you do. My wife, Nikki, who just is always my first reader, my first critic. My mother, Barbara, my whole family, all of my friends, just everyone who props me up when I need propping up. I appreciate it. And last but never least, a final thank you to all the Sin du Jour readers out there. You are not legion, but you are squad, and you are a dedicated, tireless, enthusiastic squad. And all of your voices, all of your reviews, all of your excitement and fervor on Twitter when you get a new book and read it, like that is indispensable fuel to an author, and it was to me. And I appreciate everyone out there, whether you read one book and liked it or you followed all of them. Thank you so much. To all the people who are about to get into the series, hopefully, I feel the same way about you. So those are all the thank yous. Thank you for sitting through it. Thank you to the viewers of my blog who've helped make this what it is, and who've taken the plunge and gone and read my stuff because they enjoy the blog. Thank you to you too. Thank you, Team Hamshackle. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Santa Claus. I just appreciate. My heart is so full right now. What else can I say? Jeff Daniels, get your cape. It's time to do the news. That's a thing that my friend Edward and I used to do when we watched The Newsroom, Aaron Sorkin's Newsroom. It was his bit, actually. So thank you, Edward, for that. But this is the news. What? As if series finale book release day weren't enough, ladies and gentlemen. We have more news. I've got a huge-ass cherry to drop like a mic on my Mic Drop Sunday. A Mic Drop Sunday with a Mic Drop cherry on top. That is like, that. If P. Diddy has not had that at a party, he's going to watch this vlog because he watches my vlog obsessively, obviously, and do that, because that's a really good idea. But no, and I like the news that we've got today because it feeds directly off what we were just talking about, which is book release day. Because one of the most common questions you're going to get when you finish a series like this is, Matt, what if your name is Matt? If your name is not Matt, then they're not going to call you Matt. And if they call you Matt, you should correct them immediately, because that shit will just stick if you let it play out like that. But they will say to you, whatever your name is, author, you finish the series, what are you going to do next? That's the question. What are you going to do next? Because you have to do something next. You did a thing, and a thing has to follow it. That's how things work. Pardon me, all to hell. That was awful. It's early in the morning, and I have horrible sinuses early in the morning, and you didn't need to know that, but that's why I'm not dying, I swear. This would be the ideal time for it. Things actually start to go good for me, and then I get lung cancer. I'm sorry I even said that. Forget that. I'm going to edit that out later. Anyway, what are you going to do next? That's the question. And here's the answer. It was announced just a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to save it for this book release day vlog because it fits so well together. It was announced a couple of weeks ago, week before last maybe, by the good folks at Barnes & Noble's science fiction and fantasy blog, who have been tireless supporters of mine, and I want to thank them too for that. They've always been behind the Sin du Jour series, and they've always been behind me in my writing and always helped me out. But they were the ones who broke the news that I have not only sold a new epic fantasy novel, what I'm calling an anti-epic fantasy novel. I've not only sold a new epic fantasy novel to Saga Press, Simon & Schuster's SFF imprint, mighty SF imprint, doing amazing work. I've not only sold that book, I've signed on to do a whole trilogy with them. 3 books in this new world that I've created, this new anti-epic fantasy world. Not only that, my new editor is Nava Wolf, Hugo nominated this year, along with Lee Harris, actually, the editor of the Sin du Jour books. I only work with the best, folks. But no, I am such a fan of Nava and her work, and I am hugely thrilled to be working with her on this new series. So you wanted to know what was next? That's what's next, mofo locos. I've gone epic fantasy. I've gone epic. Again, I'm describing it as an anti-epic fantasy because I'm looking to bust up some tropes. It's a serious book. It's the most serious, honestly. This thing. It's called Savage Legion, by the way. I buried the lead. I apologize. The first book is called Savage Legion. It's very much like my most grown-up adult work to date. It took me 3 years to finish writing the book, legit. That's incomprehensible for me. But it was a huge undertaking. Took me a long time to figure it out and to get it just right, and I did. And people got it. Nava got it. It was just I'm really happy about how everything has worked out. Honestly, it was I described it pretty well, I think, when I was talking to either like Mur Lafferty. I was talking to Mur on the Ditch Diggers podcast, and I said it's everything you hope will happen, but nothing you rationally expect to happen. You know, and that's exactly what the situation was. It just from finishing the book to sending it out there to the responses we got to the deal that we got to the publisher that we ended up with, I could not have asked for this to gone better, especially for the amount of work and time that I put into this thing. So I'm extremely happy about that. So Savage Legion, it's tentatively scheduled for spring 2020. Gonna have to wait a while. I'm sorry for that. But in the meantime, I will be finishing the rest of the trilogy. And yeah, this is, I'll put the link to the Barnes & Noble announcement, the Barnes & Noble SFF blog announcement in the description. And you can go, I talk more about the book. They did a little interview with me, which is really cool. But you can go find out more about it. I'm really excited. I think you all like it. If you like me and you like my writing, this book is very me. And that was one of the reasons it took so long to write the damn thing. It was figuring out I didn't want to go to epic fantasy. I wanted to bring epic fantasy to me. And if I had to impart a lesson to anybody undertaking that genre, really any genre, I think it applies to anything, honestly. It's what you should be going for. It's don't go to the genre, bring it to you. Don't chase things other people have done. Take what you like about that genre and fucking, make it your own. And it took me so long to figure that out. I was chasing epic fantasy for so long, and all the epic fantasy that I read and loved, and I was going after that and trying to write my version of that. But I wasn't bringing the genre to me, and that was where I screwed up initially. So there's a lesson for you in the big epic announcement of this new series. Very excited. Again, I'm not going to go through a litany of thank yous again, but thank you to Nava and Saga, and thank you to my agent Dongwon, who did a fantastic job negotiating this thing and taking the book out there. I'm seriously, I don't want to say blessed because it's such a cliche, but I feel a little touched by the people I'm working with right now. And the people you work with matter so much in this industry. In any industry like this, whether it's publishing, whether it's entertainment, screenplays, comics, whatever you do, that is the other lesson I would impart to you is folks drastically underestimate how important who you're working with is. Nava was a huge reason we ended up going with Saga. I'm not going to go into the whole story of the deal right now. Maybe I will some other time. But I just want to say that Nava was a huge reason that we ended up going with Saga. And the other people at Saga too, like Joe Monti, who I know very well and has been very supportive of me. Just the people they have over there, it makes a difference. And that's another lesson I would impart with you is remember that the people you work with are as important as the work you do in this industry in terms of helping you succeed and being the best you can be and doing the things you want to do. So there. But yeah, and that's not even all the news. If you listen to Ditch Diggers, you already know this, but I'll go ahead and it's the news. So this is the news. I'm up for a Hugo again this year, Hugo Award for Ditch Diggers, along with Mur Lafferty. Our podcast about the business of writing, education, and advocacy for freelance writers. Very proud of Ditch Diggers podcast. Our second year in a row being nominated for Best Fan Cast at the Hugo Awards. Very excited about that. Hugo Awards are in San Jose this year. I will be able to just go down the street and check them out. Very happy about that. Mur, my Ditch Diggers co-host and one of my oldest friends, eldest, she'll be happy about that. Mur is nominated for like 3 Hugos this year. It's amazing. She's nominated for Best Novel for 6 weeks. And she's editor of Escape Pod, which got nominated for Best Semi-Prozine, which is awesome for like 50 reasons beyond her getting a third Hugo nomination in 1 year. And congratulations to Alistair Stewart, an escape artist, for finally cracking the Hugos. It's been a long time coming and a long time deserved. I'm glad they're finally getting recognized. But anyways, yeah, Murr's up for 3 Hugos. We're up for 1 of them together. 3-book deal with Saga Press. Savage Legion coming 2020. Sin du Jour wrapping up today with Taste of Wrath. I've got other shit that I'm working on that I'm not even ready to talk about right now, but we're not stopping, man. The train has left the station, and like I'm feeding those colored yarn looking things from Back to the Future 3 into the furnace like every day. I'm just trying to keep it going, but things are good, man. It's not really news, but in case you wondered, my daily writing job, my marketing writing job, is going fantastically well. It's more of a career than a job, to be honest with you. It's shaping up that way. They're liking what I'm doing, and gradually I find myself filling a bigger role there. We'll see what happens, but it's exciting. It's exciting stuff, and I enjoy it, man. It's very creative. It's very creative. Working with companies doing really cutting edge shit in technology, and then figuring out how to craft their brand and explain it to people. And it's worthwhile stuff too. It's good. They're good innovations. So I don't know. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and it's helping me and my family, and it's helping provide stability so I can work on all these freelance projects. And yeah, things are going well right now, folks. And I appreciate all your support on that and helping me get here. They're not intrinsically related, but honestly, like I feel like all this started with this vlog, to be honest with you. Again, I've talked about this a couple of times before, but again, I started this vlog the day after my wedding, when I married my wife last year, because things were not going well and I needed things to change, and all of that really started. This was the first thing I did after hitting that epoch point of like things have to change now, and so many good things have happened since I got that mindset. You know, I've made so many good things happen. And it all started with this vlog, so that it has a really kind of like sentimental and emotional spot in my heart, as do Team Hamshackle, as do all of you out there, because there is no vlog without Team Hamshackle, so thank you so much for that. So that is the news. That is all the news that is fit to print right now. That's what I'm doing next, and those are the things that are happening, and yeah, I'm not going to sing the Jeff Daniels song again. I'm not going to do it. That is going to be it for this week. Folks, please, for the love of all that's good and holy, or unholy and evil, if that's the way you swing, I'm not here to judge. Just please, go buy the Sin du Jour books. Buy Taste of Wrath if you're caught up on the series. If you're not, go buy the whole series and read the whole damn thing. You can get the first 3 books in an e-bundle for Kindle for cheap. That's a great way to get into it. You don't have to buy each one individually. I would love it if everybody would go out and buy all the paperbacks. I make the most money off the paperbacks. That would be amazing. But again, read it in any form, in any way that you want to, as long as you buy it and read it. It's you know, lights, house. It's how we keep it all going here. So it would mean a lot to me if you'd go and do that. I'm going to put all the links to all the books in the description of the video below to make it as easy as possible for you. Please go consume. If you've already consumed, buy them for a friend. Just please buy. I want to buy. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go in sync. But please do that for me. I'd really appreciate it. And to everyone who's already supported me up to this point, I hope you really dig the finale. I would love to see your reactions. I'd love to see your reactions to it. In fact, if you want to send me video reactions to the end of the series, I'll put them all together and I'll put them in the vlog. I would love to do that. So if you want to hook me up, I'd appreciate that immensely. You can email me at matt@matt-wallace.com. Send me links to your video reactions, and I'll hook them up. I would love to see them. Until next week, it'll be hard to top everything that's going on this week, but I'll think of something. But until then, I remain your humble writer/vlogger. I am Matt Wallace. I'll see you all next time. Same Matt time, same Matt channel.